Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to compare two cameras. It's, as you can see, Sony A7C is a full frame camera, and it will be Sony ZV-E1. And the thing is that one of the cameras like ZV-E1 is more like a cinematic camera or videographer camera, and the A7C is more like hybrid camera or even photography camera. So that's the thing, and I'm going to compare the sensors because ZV-E1 is 12 megapixels and A7C is 24 megapixels. So I'm just curious if if I will be able to see the difference between 12 and 24 megapixels when I will be doing the still photography. And I will be doing it on a tripod, as you can see. In a second I will show you my setup, and as the lens I will use Sony 24-105 f4 OSS G from Sony. So that's the thing. And also A7C has a mechanical shutter, and a ZV-E1 has only electronical shutter, so I will use electronic on ZV-E1 and mechanical shutter on A7C. And right now you can see my setup. This is how it will be looking, and it's standing on a tripod. I will just switch the camera and lens and make the photography on all the same settings like shutter speed, white balance, ISO, etc, etc. And this is the first example, and I will be showing the bigger frame and the smaller frame cropped about 400, maybe 500% even. So right now from the beginning I cannot see the difference in the huge image. So when you are taking a first sight on the photo, you are not able to see the difference on this photography, but when we are cropped in around 400-500%, in this moment, like here, we can see the difference that A7C is more clear, more crisp. We have a little bit of more of details, and I think that contrast also looks a little bit better. And in general, this difference is visible. So yes, from the very first sight I'm not able to see it, but just when we are punched in I see this a little bit of difference. Is like maybe 5-10% image is better from this 24 megapixels full frame camera. So if you are talking more about photography, I think that going with this 24 megapixel camera instead of 12, if you are thinking about this, is better idea, especially when you are going to make some commercial work. So yes, I think that this is the choice for you. And look, also once again you can see this difference, and in this last example you will also be clear to see the difference. Just take a look. Sharper and a little bit more crisp and more detail. And I also decided to make some kind of video comparison. So the story is the same. I set up all the thing on a tripod and just make the same shot of both camera. And right now I am using 50mm f1.4 Mark II from Samyang, and it was shooting inside, so I used lens with better aperture to not bump up that ISO too high. And as you can see, 150 f2 and ISO 125. And I think that this is the same story from the first sight. I'm not able to see the difference in these images, but when we are punched in a little bit, I feel like this frame from ZV-E1 is a little bit better and maybe more crisp. Maybe autofocus worked better in here and was more on point, but in general it was for me a little bit better. And here we are with the second shot, it was similar distance, but I changed the subject, and in this case I think that these frames are very close to each other, but sometimes I feel like this image from ZV-E1 is maybe 3 or 5% better than the A7C. So tell me, how do you think about this? Tell me what's your story, and maybe you made something similar, or maybe this video will help you with choosing the camera for you. And in general, if you are more into a photography or maybe into a commercial work as a photographer, I think that this bigger frame sensor, full frame sensor like 24 megapixel may be better for you. Thank you for watching, guys. See ya.